Good morning, guys. Yes, right. Yesterday, I have given plan of first application development. What was our application? Wish message generator taking local time class object as the dependent. We inject local time class object to wish message generator through setter injection. And we use the current date and time of injected object in my business method. Okay, to generate the wish message based on the current hour of the day. Before 12 means good morning. After 12 and before 16 means what? Good afternoon. And after 16 and before 20, it is going to be good evening. After 20, it is going to be what? Good night. So that's a basic plan we are planning to have or not there, guys. Yeah. Today, we need to develop what? That application practically by using Eclipse IDE. But before we start the development of the application, come on. Before we start the development of the application, we need to understand XML schema namespaces or XML namespaces. Okay. If you want to use class of a package where importing package are not there, and every package is identified with its package name are not there. Super. Similarly, in XML, there's a term called namespace that contains set of XML tags. If you want to work with any namespace, you have to import the namespace at the top of the XML. And every namespace is identified with its what? Namespace URI. It's like a Java package. You want to use a date class. You are importing util package by specifying the name of the package, right? Similarly, if you want to work with certain XML namespace, you have to import it. Then only we can use all the tags of that what? Namespace. But every namespace is identified with its name or namespace URI. It is identified with its what? Namespace URI. Are you getting my point? So we have to import the namespace by specifying namespace URI or not there. So what are the namespaces that we are having, sir? Beans is there, context is there, AOP is there, JW is there, MVC is there. Like this, multiple namespaces are there. But only the headache is namespace is not identified with its name. It is identified with its what? Lengthy URL. But how to get them, sir? You don't get them. We always try to collect from what? Internet. Those URLs we don't mug up, guys. We always try to collect from what? Internet. And sir, URL is fine, but where these information is available, which tags are there, in which tags, which attributes are there, rules to give the values for those attributes, which subtags are allowed, which super tags are allowed. All this information will be there in a file called XSD file. What is that? XML schema definition file. What is that? Yeah, so we have to mention URL and XSD file name while working with any XML namespace. Is that clear, my dear? Yes. Okay, now let me talk about that. XML namespace is a library that contains set of what tags, guys? XML tags. That contains set of XML tags. Every XML namespace is identified with its namespace URL or URI. To use the tags and attributes of certain XML namespace. Certain XML namespace. We need to import the namespace. We need to import that namespace. Come on. We need to import that namespace by specifying its namespace URL or URI. Are you getting my point there, guys? Okay. XML namespace is like Java package. XML namespace is like what? Java package. Hmm. Okay. To use the class or interface of certain Java package. Okay. We need to what, guys? Import the Java package by specifying its name or not there. It's a name. Okay, guys. Hmm. Every namespace information. Okay. Hmm. Rules and guidelines to use tags and attributes. Every namespace information, rules and guidelines to use what? Tags and attributes will be specified. Will be specified using what? In XSD file. What file, guys? XSD. XML schema definition file. XML schema definition file. Okay. The namespaces of XML programming are. The namespaces of XML programming are. We have a different namespaces. Okay, now listen. Suppose if this namespace concept is not there, what happens? XML tags are predefined or user defined? I use my own tags in XML file. You use your own tags. Someone will use own tags. How does container can understand the meaning of each tag, guys? How does container can apply meaning for each tag? It's impossible. So then the Spring people decided, okay, let us make all developers in the world who are working with Spring using same tags and the same attribute so that the IOC container can apply common meaning for those tags are not there. But how to make all the developers in the world using what? Same tags and attributes. Okay, by providing rules and guidelines. How to provide rules and guidelines to those people in the form of what? Schema definitions or namespace definition. For that one, what they have given, they created a lot of XML namespaces in the form of XSD file, and every namespace is identified with its what? URI. By importing XSD file and URI, they can tell that I am using these tags according to that namespace or not there. Same as Java package, guys. Come on. If predefined classes are there, can we complete our application fastly? No. But how to give those classes to us? In the form of packages. Since they have given packages, we are taking them, importing them, and using accordingly in our application or not there. XML namespace technique is very useful to make all the developers in the world developing XML document based on what? Common rules and guidelines towards using the XML tags and attributes. Suppose this concept is not there. What happened? I use my own tag, you use your own tag. IOC container at the same times it tells, "Arey, what is this tax? I don't know. I don't know meaning, how to apply the meaning for this tax. Don't ask me, right? I don't know how to apply meaning for this task. I know few tax meaning, you use them. But how to tell to programmers? You have to use those tags only by giving those tags and attributes related rules and guidelines to developer in the form of what? XSD file or URLs. In the form of what? XSD files are what? URLs. Okay, fine. Namespace. Here is what? Namespace, URL or URI. Both are same. Universal resource locator and indicator. And here is my XSD file. What file, guys? XSD file. Here is my what? XSD file. Tell me. Beans. Is there, guys? Beans namespace. What is there, guys? Beans namespace. You can collect that information from ChatGPT or internet. Okay, I think we prefer working with what? ChatGPT. Tell me. So, Beans namespace URL namespace URL in Spring. Beans namespace URL in Spring. We got it now? Yes, very lengthy one will be there. Okay, it looks like we need internet. No internet required, guys. It's just a URL. That's it. Nothing extra. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Spring beans dot what? XSD. Spring beans dot XSD. Tell me. One is what? Beans. Other one is what? Context. There's no need of this. This is how to give that value kind of. This is going to be what? Context. Spring context dot x. Spring context dot xsd. Yeah, tell me. One is beans, other one is what? Context. Other one is JWE. When it comes to JWE, all basic tags are there in beans namespace. Bean tag, property tag, construct-argue tag, all these basic tags. Yeah, what is the XSD file? Spring -j XSD. What is this? Context. Schema slash what? Context. Okay. Context is already given, huh? Fine. We'll go for another one. What is there in that? MVC. What is there? MVC. Here is what is that? MVC. What is there? Spring hyphen MVC dot XST dot dot dot. Many options are there or not there. Comfortable, my dear? Come on. Yeah. Yeah. What's our batch code? 710. Spring Core module. First application. First application development in Eclipse ID. This is our requirement or not there? Here is my 2000. Here is my 10,000. Is that clear, my dear? Come on. Super. Tell me, what's the next thing to focus, guys? If you want to work with any technology or framework API, the API related jar file should be added to class path or not? You are working with Oracle JDBC driver. Oracle JDBC driver related jar you are adding to class path or not? You are developing servlet by using Servlet API. Servlet API related jar file you have added to class path or not there? Okay, same statement I am giving little improvised. If a Java application is using any technology or framework API, those APIs related main and dependent jar file should be added to class path. What do you mean by main jar file? What do you mean by dependent jar file? Simple and straightforward. When I use the term main jar file, okay? Okay. It's a jar file whose classes are directly used in what? Application. It's a jar file whose classes are what? Directly used in the application. What do you mean by dependent jar file, guys? It's a jar file whose classes are not directly used in application, but those classes are used in the classes of the main jar file. Suppose class A is there in X dot jar, class B is there in Y dot jar. In my application, I'm using class A. I don't mind adding X dot jar. But class A of X dot jar is using what? Class B of Y dot jar. Class B of your application is not using class B. So that's why you will say I don't add Y dot jar. But your application is using what? Class A of X dot jar. Since A class needs B class and B is there in what? Y dot jar. So you have to add both X dot jar and Y dot jar file to the class path are not there. You are not using directly, but you are forced to use indirectly or not there. So that's why I'm giving this statement. If Java application uses any technology or framework API, then those APIs related main and dependent jar file should be added to class path. The jar file whose classes are directly used in our application is called as what? Main jar file. The jar file whose classes are not directly used in our application, but those classes are used in what? Other class of the main jar file. That means indirectly used in our application. This is called what? Dependent jar file. So for your lucky people, you are using Oracle JDBC driver. Everything is there in single jar file. You add it and your work is done. You are using Servlet API. Everything is there in single jar file. Again, lucky you are adding that jar file, your work is done. But every day is not the same day, right? There are situations when you add one main jar file or two main jar files, you are forced to add multiple dependent jar file. So finding out them, adding them is your responsibility. With respect to Spring Core module, you don't believe, guys, one main jar file is there and six dependent jar files are there. There may not be direct dependent jar file. First jar is using second jar classes, second jar is using third jar classes. Somehow, that is technically called transitive dependency. What is that? Till the hierarchy, bottom of the hierarchy, how many dependent jars are there? All the jars, if we count, total they are going to be what? Six number. How many? Total they are going to be how many numbers, guys? Six numbers. So you are forced to add one main jar file and six dependent jar files are not there. You liked it or not liked it. If you want to work with the Spring Core module, you are forced to add total how many jar files, guys? Seven jar file. One main jar file, six dependent jars. In our application, we'll be using classes of main jar file only. We don't use class of dependent jar, but the class of main jar file directly or indirectly using what? The classes of what? Dependent jar file. The classes of what? Are you getting my point, my dear? Super. The classes of what? Dependent jar file. Okay. Okay. Fine, boss. This is the whole discussion or not there, guys? This is the whole discussion or not there, guys? Super. Now tell me. Yeah, it's like this. Let me put this example in a funny way. During your college days, let us assume, as a boy, you are attracted to a girl, right? Yeah, just for example, boss. That's quite natural, right? You started doing friendship with her. You asked her, I will give party to you. Let's go to coffee, right? Okay. Will she say, yes, I'm ready for that? No. She says, no, 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 no. But keep on trying, right? One fine day she agrees, but she keeps one condition. What is the condition? I don't come alone with you, you call my friends also. Yes or no, na? I don't come alone with you, you call my friends. Okay, look at the position of the boy there. He is interested to spend time with what? One girl. But one girl is saying what? I have multiple dependents. How many? 10 people. How many? 10 people. Look at the position of the boy. For the sake of one girl, he is forced to call what? 9 members to the party are not there. So on 1 plus 9, total 10 members, you have to give party to them are not there. And their boy situation here, programmer situation is same or not there. In Spring Core module, total how many jars you have to add? 7. In that one, what is the main jar file? 1. How many dependents are there? 6 are there. I hope you understood, guys. Okay. Twist in the story. Between that boy and girl, 1 year friendship completed. Let us assume they have become lovers. Then boy proposed. And we'll celebrate. We completed 1 year. Let's call your friends. Okay, then what she says? I am enough for you. Don't look here and there. ऐसा ना होना, guys. I am enough for you. Don't look here and there. But can we expect same provision in Java? After 1 year also, if you are working with what? Classes of main jar file, you have to add main jar file and dependent jar file. Don't expect that browser in Java. After 1 year, your relation with the girl is changed. She has become possessive, right? But after 1 year, your relation with the Java is what? Remains same. Maybe junior developer or senior developer, but it won't give any extra provision. You have to add both main and dependent jar file whenever you are using any technology or framework API. I hope you convinced with this point. How to get those jar files are very easy. There's a website. By using that website, we can get those jar files, right? I'll give. If Java application uses any, what is there, technology or framework API, then those APIs related, what guys? Main and dependent jar files must be added to class path. Must be added to class path. Compulsory should be added to class path or not there, guys? Okay. Yeah. The jar file whose classes are used directly in the application is called what, guys? Main jar file. The jar file. The jar file whose classes are used whose classes are used in other in main jar files directly or indirectly. Directly or what? Indirectly. Are called, what is this? Dependent jar file. Yeah. To use a Spring Core module APIs in Spring application development, we need to add 1+6 jar file. What is there? 1+6 jar files to the class path. 1+6 jar file. 1+6 means what? 7. Total, how many jars we have to add, guys? 7 jar files we have to add. To use Spring Core module APIs in Spring application development, we need to add what? 1+6 jar files to the class path. Total 7. Okay, how to get them? How to download them? There's a website called mvnrepository.com. What is there? Yeah, okay, let me download one by one. Spring context support, guys. This is the jar, that is the logo of Spring. Okay, come down. Okay, select the version. We'll select the latest version only, right? And there is a jar hyperlink or not there? There is a jar hyperlink. Okay, fine. There is a jar hyperlink. Tell me. Spring context. Search. Search. 7.0.3, guys. Here is my what? Jar. I'm downloading all the jars one by one. How to know? You have to collect from internet or ChatGPT. This is a temporary problem. In future, we work with Maven and Gradle tools, guys. If you mention main jar file, it's a work of connecting to internet, downloading both main dependent jar file till the bottom. While working with the Maven Gradle kind of tools, which I introduce in future, you just need to know only main jar file name. Downloading main jar file name, gathering its dependent jar file by connecting to internet will be done by the tool automatically. Until I introduce that tool only, you have to do this process, right? Okay, it's a painful, but it's not forever. It's for a few days. What is the next one? Spring Core. Spring core. Here, where is this? 7.0.3 jar file. Next, Spring expression spell. Spring expression language means spell. Select the version. Okay, jar file. That's good. Spring beans. Selected, guys. Yeah, this is not a event related website, a third party website giving some okay, giving some environment to download the jars. Select the version, guys. Oh, already there means jar option is there. Just download. Okay. Spring AOP, guys. Yeah. Spring AOP. Select the version. Make sure that main dependent jar, everything is taken for the same version. Different jars are different version. Belonging to same module is meaningless. Belonging to same. Spring means all are same version. Maybe two, three modules of Spring you are using. Make sure that all belongs to same version. Yeah, Spring JCL. Some login, guys. Some login. Commons login bridge. What is there? Commons login bridge. That is called JCL. Oh, still they have not updated in this one. Whatever available, you take it. Spring JCL. Okay, fine. Fine, guys. We got all the jars there or not there. Yeah, go to the folder, guys. Yes, we have gone to the folder. Mm. This version of jar is already there. That's why it is giving same number. Okay, everywhere we have taken latest, guys. Somehow that is not updated. We cannot do anything with that. Okay, that's fine. Here is what? Say paste. This is main jar. This is what? Huh? What is there? Dependent jar files. This is main jar file. This is what? Dependent jar files. Are you comfortable, my dear? This is main jar file. This is what? Dependent jar file. Are you comfortable, guys? Come on, everyone. Yes, that's great. Yes, okay. One is what? Main jar file. Other one is what? Dependent jar. Convinced with me or not there, guys? Super. You liked it or not liked it, you have to add all these 1 plus 7, 7 jar files to the application. The classes of the classes of Spring hyphen, context hyphen, support hyphen, version dot jar file are using the classes of other 6 jar files. So Spring hyphen, context hyphen, support hyphen, version.jar file is called, what is there? Main jar file, and other 6 jar files are called, what jar file, guys? Other 6 jar files are called dependent jar files. Convinced, my dear? Come on. This is main jar file. This is what? Dependent jar file. That's great. That is main jar file. This is what? Dependent jar file. Okay. Does it need authentication for downloading? No, sir. No, 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 no. Because the website itself, genuine website, guys. That's the only thing. Okay. The website itself, genuine website. Okay. How to download these jar files? Okay, I'll give the procedure. How to download these jar files. Yeah. Tell me, or what is the way to download this jar file? Go to, go to what? MVN, mvnrepository.com. Simply think about going to what? mvnrepository.com. Yarrow. Go to mvnrepository.com. That's good. Tell me, next one. Search for, okay, search for jar file name like spring hyphen context hyphen support. Search for jar file name spring hyphen context hyphen support. Okay, select the jar file, select the version. What's the latest we have selected? 0.3. Okay. Click on jar file. Click on jar hyperlink for completing the download. Click on jar hyperlink for completing what? Download act. Yes, for completing download operation, you have to click on jar file or not there. Yes. That's good. Fine. I think you got everything that is required for developing first application. Yes. Yes. Well, procedure to develop. I think everyone knows how to work with Eclipse IDE, guys. Yeah. Procedure to know. Procedure to develop. First Spring application using what? Eclipse IDE. Using Eclipse IDE. Yeah. Yes, boss. Tell me. Step number 1. Please, make sure that the following, what is there? Following software setup is very much ready. Following software setup is very much ready. Yeah, tell me. JDK 21. JDK 21 and Eclipse JWE are Enterprise Edition. What is there? Enterprise Edition 2025 plus. Yeah, Eclipse IDE is identified with its year of release, guys. It's a year of release. JDK 21 plus, because it's compatible, right? Step number 2, launch Eclipse IDE. I think everyone knows how to keep the Eclipse ready. Yeah, launch Eclipse IDE by choosing its workspace folder. What folder? By choosing its what? Workspace folder. Yes, boss. Now let's see. This is 2025 12 is there, right? I'm clicking on it. What is a workspace folder? The folder where projects are saved is called workspace folder or not? Generally, for every batch, I will take on workspace. What is a workspace? Batch code I am taking as a workspace, right? Anything you can take, guys. It's a location where you want to save the project, nothing else. It's a location where you want to save the projects, nothing great about it. Yeah, launch Eclipse IDE by choosing its what? Workspace folder. Yes, what is the folder, guys? It is the location where you want to save the project. It's a location where you want to save the project. Okay. Yeah. Tell me next one. Step number 3. What is there? Yeah. Step number 3. Yeah. What is the step number 3, guys? We have to start the development of the application or not there, guys? Yeah, definitely. Okay. Launch Eclipse ID by choosing its workspace folder. Now let's go for mm, create Java project. What, guys? In Eclipse ID. Create Java project in what? Eclipse ID. Yes. Okay. Where is our ID, guys? Here is the ID. This is the ID we are having or not there? Super. Tell me, file, new, what is there? Java project. Here is my what? Project, Java project. Yes, that's good. Tell me, what is the project I am creating? IOC. Core module, I will call it as IOC module or core, your choice, anything. IOC pros 01. What is there? Dependency management using XML driven configurations. Dependency management using that. Okay, it is you want to create a modular project, then you deselect it. Okay. Okay, by default it is selecting Java 21, guys. You need not to install it, it will pick up automatically. Any name you can give, very lengthy name you can give. Say next. Save finish. Okay, one project has come here or not there, guys? Super. Sir, we are using JDK 17. Yeah, fine. You need not install any JDK, boss. Okay. It will by default give what? 21. You install, you don't install, that does not matter. Okay, na? If you are using 17, upgrade to 21. What is there in that? Is it a complaint, guys? Huh? Adib Siddiq. Okay. In software, upgradation is always required, guys. This is a basic directory structure, and you are getting only with the JRE setup here. Okay, but before developing project, I have to add all these 1 plus 6, 7 jar files to build path of the project or not there. Right click, build path, nothing but class path, guys. In Eclipse level, it is called build path. Original, it is called class path. Tell me. Here is what? Libraries, select the class path, add external jars, add external jars. Tell me. Add external jars, downloads, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Apply and close. Arrow apply and what? Close. Yeah, total 7 jars are added or not there? Fine. Okay. Create Java project. First application, I'll give all the minute details. File menu. Okay. New. What is there? Project. What is there? Create Java project. Project. What is there? Create Java project. Come on. File menu, new project. Create what? Java project. Name of the project. What is there? IOC pros 01. Yeah. What is the name I have taken? Dependency management. Using what configuration? XML configuration. Dependency management using XML configuration. Select JDK 21. Next. Finish. Yeah. So once it is created, it basically looks like this or not there, guys. Okay, fine. Step number 4. Step number 4. Add the Spring Core module main and dependent jar files to what is there? Build path or class path. Build path of the project. Add the Spring Core module related. Main and dependent jar files to build path of the project. What is there, guys? Build path. What is there? Build path. Yeah, what is the procedure we have to follow? Right click on the project. Right click on the project. Arrow build path. What is there? Configure build path. What is there? Configure build path. What is there? Libraries tab. Select class path. Browse and select the jar file. Browse and select the jar file. Select the above downloaded jar file. Browse and select the above downloaded jar files. Yes, we are dealing with above downloaded jar files here or not there, guys. Step number how much, guys? Add Spring Core module related main and dependent jar files to what? Build path of the project. Okay, that's good. Yeah, 1 minute. Okay, after adding all this thing, how does the directory structure looks? The directory structure basically looks like this. That's a JRE, that's a standard folder. Yes, boss. Say paste. Yeah. Step number how much? 5. What is there? Step number 5. Yeah. How to deal with this step number 5, guys? Create the packages. Create Java packages in what folder? SRC folder. You have to think about creating Java packages in SRC folder or not there. That's good. Nice. New. What is there? Package. com.nt.sbeans to keep the spring beans. Next. Package. com.nt.cfgs to place the configuration file, spring bean configuration file. Package. com.nt.main to keep the main class having main method. To place the main class having what? Main method. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay. Yeah, tell me. com.nt.main, com.nt.cfgs, com.nt. What? Yes, beans. Is that clear, my dear? Come on, everyone. Yeah. com.nt.cfgs, com.nt. What? Main. Okay. Comfortable, my dear? Yes. Okay. That's good. New. What is this? Class. Yeah, we have to. Okay, 1 minute. Let me take the screenshot before I put. So these are the 3 packages I kept are not there. One for keeping spring beans, one for other purpose. Yes. I think so far so good. Only downloading of jar file is bit headache, but I have given clear cut procedure, guys. It's all about going to one website and selecting the jar, selecting the version and completing the downloading. Yes. New. What is there? Class. What is the class? Wish message. Wish message generator. Window preferences. Tell me, guys. Window preferences. I'll change the font. General appearance, colors and font. Basic, guys. Text font. Edit. Bold. 14, 16. Okay. But let me use the correct font, guys. Here is what? Calibri. Apply and close. Wish message generator. I think font is becoming bit extra now. 1 minute. I'll change the little small font. Window menu, preferences, edit. Oh, 36 is a bigger font, guys. I think 18 is meaningful. Yeah. Fine. Okay. This is my wish message generator. Wish message generator. Yeah. That is a target spring bean or not there? Target spring bean. Private local. Huh? Local time. Okay. Private local time. What is this? Setter method for what injection? Setter injection. Public wide. What is there? Set time. Local time. This dot time is equal to time. This dot time is equal to time. Everyone getting my point? Yes. Vishme says generator. Sys trace. Here is my what? Zero param constructor. Sys trace. What is there? Sys. Vishme says generator. Zero param constructor. Okay. This is setter method for setter injection. Now I have to develop the business method or not there. Here is my business method. Tell me. Public string. Show what? Wish message. String user. Show wish message string user. Come on. Yeah. Get current hour of the day. Into hour is equal to time dot get hour. Into hour is equal to time dot get hour. Okay. Next. Int hour is equal to time dot get hour. Generate the wish message. If hour less than 12, return what? Good morning. Plus use. Else if hour less than 16, return what? Good afternoon. Else if hour less than 20, return. What is there, guys? Good evening. Plus user. Else, what is there? Plus user. Is that clear, guys? Come on. Comfortable or not there? What another one is what? Dependent class, right? Okay. But it's a predefined class. Do I need to develop that class separately, guys? There's no need of developing it. But configuring any predefined or user-defined class as Spring Bean is what? My responsibility. So now I have to develop an XML file here or not there. Super. Right click, new, other. What is the file I'm looking for? XML file. XML file. That's good. What is the name of the file? Any name I can take, but recommended name is what? Application context.xml. What dot XML, guys? Application. Say next. Say next. Say finish. Here is my application context.xml or not there, guys? Say something, guys. Yeah, here is my application context.xml. This is my XML file that I am using, guys. Okay, that's great. This is there. This is the XML file that I am taking. Okay, now go to ChatGPT because I want to import the namespace by mentioning it's what? URL and what? XSD. But I don't want to type it because it's a very complex syntax, right? Okay. We are Java guys. We are comfortable to work with Java syntaxes, not the XML related set. That too, only for knowledge sake, I am giving XML driven configuration. Ultimately, we have to work with what? 100% code driven configurations, right? Okay. So here, sample Spring Bean configuration file having beans namespace. What namespace? Beans namespace. Okay, forget about everything. I just need this top section. Yes. Forget about everything. I just need this top section. Okay. Beans is the root tag. Here I am importing beans namespace. Beans namespace by mentioning it's what? XSD file are not there. If you start typing, it will be error, guys. That's why don't do that. Come on. That's why do always prefer copy pasting. Yeah. Gather beans. Yeah, red marks will be there. It's a problem with IDE. Though red marks are there, they are not errors. Just ignore. Just ignore. Configure. Okay. Dependent spring bean. Configure dependent spring bean. Bean ID. What is there? Configure dependent spring bean. Okay. L time. Class is equal to java dot time dot local time. Factory hyphen method is equal to. Okay. Factory hyphen method is equal to. Tell me. Now. Factory hyphen method is equal to now. Configure. Come on. Hmm. Configure. Bean ID L time class is equal to java dot time dot local time. Factory hyphen method is equal to now. Tell me. Configure target spring bean. Bean ID WMG class is equal to com dot nt dot sbeans dot wish message generator. Wish message generator. Yeah. Under this, what is there? Property. Property name is equal to, what is equal to? Okay, property name is equal to. Here I have taken what is it? Has a property name? Time. Property name is equal to time. Okay, I want to inject what, guys? This bean object. Every bean is identified with a bean ID or not there? Okay, to specify that bean ID, ref you have to use or not there? Yes, boss. Configure target spring bean. Tell me. Setter injection configuration. What injection, guys? Setter injection configure. How to pass arguments to factory method in XML file? Okay, you have to use one more tag. Right now, you don't worry about it because I don't want to give too many inputs in single day. There is a possibility. Actually, under bean tag, okay, you have to write constructor hyphen arg tag. What tag, guys? Yeah, but right now this now method is not expecting argument. That's why I'm not passing. If at all arguments are required, okay, under bean tag, you have to write what? Constructor hyphen arg tag. Using that, okay, we can do constructor injection. We can also pass arguments required for what? Factory method. So constructor hyphen arg is a multi-purpose, guys. Come on. But right now, this method now, local time dot now, is not expecting argument. That's why I'm not worried about that one. That's the reason I'm not worried about that process. I think this is target configuration, this is dependent, this is what setter injection. So there is a link between both the things are not there. Yeah, in this target spring bean, dependent object is injected or not there, guys. Definitely dependent object is what? Injected. Okay, that's fine. So now we need to think about developing the main class or not there. Super. Okay, collect. Yeah, tell me class. Dependency management test. Here is what this. Dependency management test. Here is this. Okay. Tell me, guys. Create IOC container. Here I'm thinking to create IOC container or not there, guys. Super. File system. What is there? XML application context. New file system. XML application context. You have to give name and location of this Spring Bean configuration file. You have to give name and location of the Spring Bean. By default, it will search in project location, guys. Now I am giving in what? src slash com slash cfz slash what is there? Application context dot xml. What dot xml, guys? Application context dot xml. That's good. Okay, next tell me what is there. Get target Spring Bean class object reference. You have to think about getting what? Target Spring Bean class object reference or not there. Yeah. Which message generator? Generator is equal to. Okay, 1 minute. First, we'll try to get in object class reference variable or not there. Yeah, tell me, guys. Object obj is equal to ctx dot get bean of wmg. ctx dot get bean of this one. Okay. We have to go for typecasting or not there. Yes. Which message generator is equal to. What is there? Which message generator of OBs. Here we are doing typecasting, my dear. Invoke the business method. String result is equal to generator dot show wish message of Raja. System dot out dot println. Where is this result? End of the main method, end of the class. I hope you convinced it, guys. Super. CTX new file system. Object OP is a ctx dot get bean. Wish message generator, typecasting, business method. Once everything is over, it's better to close the container or not there. Close the IOC container. CTX dot close. What dot close, guys? CTX. That's great. Dependency management, guys, run as Java application. Oh, we got the exception. What is the exception, guys? Parsing XML. That means some problem is there in what? XML file. Let me check what is the problem in XML file, guys. Yeah, this is the problem. It's a mistake of ChatGPT, guys. Come on. ChatGPT is giving with HTTPS protocol. But originally it is what? HTTP. In original URL it is HTTP. It's a mistake. Be careful. Okay. ChatGPT is doing that mistake, guys. Fine. Run as a Java application. Yeah. src slash com slash nt slash cfzs application context.xml not found. Application context.xml. Actually, it's there. Where's the spell? Yeah, I think here spell mistake. Yeah, in the client application spell mistake. Application. Right? Yes. Dependency management test run as Java application. Yes. Target class object is created. Internally dependent class object also created, but it's a predefined class now. We cannot see that. But then setter method is called now, guys. This output is coming means business method is executing or not there. This output is coming means business method is executing or not there. Sys trace. This is my business method. Check it out, guys. Dependency management test run as what? Java. Zero param, set time, show wish message, good morning, Raj. Comfortable, guys? Come on, everyone. Super. Okay, that's good. Mm. Yeah, admin will share the backup videos. Please collect from admin. Those who joined recently. I think you got the idea. Whatever you spend time, that is reflecting in our coding or not there. First creating dependent, then creating target by calling setter method, injecting dependent to target. Don't worry, I'll give the flow also. Tomorrow our work is what? Understanding flow. Okay, next one. Okay, once everything is ready, objects are with IOC container. Then I'm requesting IOC container. If you have any Spring Bean object whose bean ID is WMG, give me its reference. We are getting its reference or not there. There we are doing typecasting or not there. Okay, getting the result, displaying the result, lastly closing the container or not there. Super. Okay, now we have to develop the source code. We have to write the next step as one, guys. Step number 6. Tell me. Develop the source code. First, what is that? Wish message generator. Yeah, we'll do other injections later. First, concentrate on setter in there. This is my source code development now, boss. Yeah, that's good. Next, here is my application context.x. Application context.x. This is my Spring Bean configuration. This is my what? Spring Bean configuration file. Here is my Spring Bean configuration file or not there, guys? Yeah. How to collect it? Collect this from, what is this? Collect this from ChatGPT or internet by searching for, what is there, guys? Sample Spring Bean configuration file. By searching for what, guys? Sample Spring Bean configuration file. Are you getting my point there, guys? Having beans namespace. Beans namespace. Yeah. Beans namespace. Is that clear, my dear? Come on. Yes. So other one is what, guys? Dependency management test.jar. Copy this. Here is what? Dependency management test. This is the main class come client application or not there. This is the main class come client application or not there. That's good. Yes. This is what? Bean ID. Double MG. Raja. This is Bean ID. This is what? Raja. Save this. Comfortable, my dear? Come on. Yeah. Then what we should do? Run the application. You have to think about running this application or not there, guys. Yeah. Step number how much? 7, huh? Run the application. So you have to run this application by running the main method, right? Yes. Yeah. Right click on this one. Say run as Java application. There's a one thing now, guys. Yes. Other one is what? There is a play button. There is a play button. I think we have F11 key also works on now, boss. Control F11. Only F11. Do you want public private networks to access this? Allow. Okay. It's coming or not there? It's just F11 is enough, guys. Control is also not required. Select this F11. It's working or not there? Super. There are many ways of running application. It's up to your comfort, right? Yes. Okay. Use, what is there? Run as Java application. Or what is that? Run button in the menu bar. Run button in the menu bar. Or next one, F11. Once you run it, guys, you will get the once you run it, you will get the output like this or not. This is my output window. This is the output window. Comfortable, guys? Come on. Okay, now I want to give one assignment. For all assignment, we'll try to use one particular color, guys. Assignment. Okay. Inject java dot time dot local date class object to com dot nt dot sbeans dot what is there? Season finder class object. What is there? Season finder class object. Okay. Having system date. What date, guys? System date and display and use that object in the business method. To display the season. Use that object in the business method to display the season. Yeah, tell me, greater than or equal to 3 and less than or equal to 6. What is there? Summer. Based on the current month, guys, month. Yeah, tell me, 7 and 10. What season, guys? Rainy season. Okay. Next, yeah, rest. Rest what, guys? Winter season. Yeah, this is the task I'm giving. I think for an intelligent person, hint is enough, right? I hope you are able to do it. I want everyone to complete both, not just classroom application, right? Okay. Don't ask me soft copy. I want you people to type the code. If I give soft copy, you'll become copy paste engineer. Time is there to become what? copy paste engineer. Later I will give soft copy, right? Okay. Is there anything great? I think from last 4 or 5 days I'm preparing background to get this output. Okay. Are you mugging up anything here, or for everything you have a reason? Everything you have a reason. Each line you can explain. Yeah, because of that reason only I have taken what? These many times to develop, prepare the ingredients, and today our chicken biryani is ready or not there. Chicken biryani is ready, and I have given assignment to prepare mutton biryani also. As a nona, guys. Oh, okay, fine. Right. Don't miss tomorrow's session. Tomorrow I'm going to give internal flow. Flow starts from where, flow ends where, what are the things happens when it is going to XML file, how it is storing the things. Come on. Many aspects we are going to discuss in what? Tomorrow's session. All right. Yeah, my suggestion is while practicing, don't see the line here, don't type the line there. Analyze the code, how much you can time analyze it. Okay. Close the paintbrush window and start writing code on your own. Get the errors, solve the errors on your own. Copy line one, copy line two, copy mean. You won't become developer, you will become, what is that? Typewriter. What is that? Typewriter or a typist. So you are not here to learn, to improve your typing speed. You are here to improve your coding skills. First application, don't write line by line. See, analyze, right? When you stuck up in the middle, definitely you can see it. But try to put your brain while writing. Don't just copy, believe in what? Here this line is there, I will write the same line. Without interpretation, if you type also, it will be wasted. And compulsory, you have to complete the assignment. If you complete assignment, your confidence will boost. If you don't complete assignment, something incomplete learning, because I have already shown this output, same output comes. What's the use of? So if you complete assignment, if your task is completed, which is given as assignment, that confidence will increase. And that confidence make you to go to lab daily. When you are going to lab daily, your subject will increase. With that confidence, you will face interviews. When you face interview, though you are rejected in few interviews, you will clear few interviews, right? Like that, the ecosystem builds. Everything depends upon your practice, boss. You might be attending classes regularly. That is not at all sufficient. You have to attend lab and you have to do practicals on your own. Maximum try to avoid taking support from lab coordinators. Don't involve them in task completion. Maximum try your level best to avoid support of what? Lab coordinators. Struggle on your own or discuss with friends and solve the problem. Because if lab coordinator comes, he solves and goes. Don't explain why that error came. If you explain also, you not be in a position to listen, because we expect it is his job to clear the error. No, you have to read the error. You have to clear the error. And one more request: form as a small groups, 4 members, 5 members, 6 member group. Okay, add one to girls in boys group, add one to boys in girls group. Discuss the subject. There only pull the legs. There only crack the jokes. But everything should be on subject wise. Whoever I call, whoever say they got the job, okay, if one member of that group gets, another 4 or 5 members of that group again getting the job. Because everywhere knowledge sharing is happening, subject discussion is happening. How much you read, you may forget. But if you discuss, argue, if you comment on that topic, definitely that will be remembered in your brain for a long time. So form as small groups, okay? Right. Discuss the subject, practice together, right? Go to interviews together. So definitely if one gets success, because others also having similar knowledge, they also will get success. Right. Thank you. And make sure that in that gang, no rich fellow is there. I'll tell what's the problem doing friendship with rich people. Okay. They come to Amirpet for time pass. Definitely they come to I am prepared for time pass because their aim is not to get the job. Their aim is what? To spend some time in city and friends, okay, before getting into family business. Father gives 1 year, 2 years time. Beta jo karna hai karo, baad mein aa jao. Right? He comes, brings lot of money. He take care of every expenditure. Since he is in entertainment mode, he will take entire gang, gives happy lifestyle. Come on. One fine day he gets a call from what? Father. Beta aa jao, tumhara time ho gaya. Right? Okay. Look at the people who traveled with him for 1, 2 years without doing anything in life. All of a sudden, he disappeared. No one is there to take care of expenditures, right? Already habituated to some quality lifestyle. You cannot step back. Come on. So that may lead to suicidal attempt also. That much danger it is. So until you get the job, stay away from rich kids, either a girl or boy. Stay away. They are very dangerous. It looks very, he is spending money now. What is there? No. He will trap you for better lifestyle and he will move away and you cannot come back and you cannot continue. Sir, how to identify whether my friend is rich guy or not? Okay. Very simple. While eating eggs, if he's eating only yellow, if it is eating only whites, he is throwing yellows outside. Yeah, there are so many people who don't touch yellows, right? Yeah, any person who is eating only egg whites, not the yellows, can be considered as what? Rich people, stay away from them. Okay, na? Right. Stay with that gang. Stay with that gang who believes in military system. Military system means 10 rupees expenditure, 10 by 5, 2 rupees each. 30 rupees expenditure on any place, okay, 30 by 5, 6 rupees each. So who believes in that system only? Because they value money, they value life, they value people, they came for a purpose and they are in the journey of completing purpose. I don't worry, my father has sent money, I will spend. Today he will spend, tomorrow he will spend. After 6 months he will disappear. You are not na gar ka na got ka. ऐसा no na guys. Uh, Except blaming parents. Why my parents are poor people? Why my parents are middle class people? Except blaming, you cannot do anything. Bill Gates always says one thing, guys. Taking birth as poor is not your mistake. Dying as poor definitely is your mistake. You're dying as poor means definitely it's your mistake, right? Okay. Yeah. Fine. Let's go for uploading the content. What's your this? 2201, right? Yes. Spring Core. File upload. What's the batch code? 710. Spring Core. What is the session number? Today, I think still 4 I kept. Huh? Fine. Let's make it session. Save open. Thank you guys. Have a nice day.